Today is Sunday. I just got done posting my video and realized that I did not have a lot posted because I wasn't able to vlog that much because of everything going on. So I'm going to start off this week with the fact that I have gotten my paperwork from Penn Hospital that I have to fill out for seeing the neurologist next month, which is great to finally have that and finally be able to see a neurologist. Tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment at my family doctor's because of me being in the hospital for an allergy attack. And I also am getting an EpiPen put into the pharmacy for me. They put it in yesterday or Friday. They were trying to put it in, so we're going to be seeing if that's ready, and then I get to train Jesse how to inject me with an EpiPen. Hopefully it's an auto injector. I'm used to working with those. I know how they work and everything else, and then this way I'll be able to do it and show Jesse exactly how to do an EpiPen. I am terrified of injection needles. I'm not terrified of tattoo needles, obviously. I'm covered in tattoos. But it's just, it's a little weird when you have to deal with an auto-injector because it does go in nicely. And depending on where you slap it in is where you're going to feel it. And I have not had to work with an EpiPen in the last decade at least, because that was, you know, around the time when I had my son who had an EpiPen. Was it just about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit less. So that's going to be something new to deal with, and learning that, you know, I definitely have to be more vigilant about what I eat, because, you know, a simple mistake cost me a lot. In the video prior, when I was at the hospital and I was leaving, my face was so swollen, and it was ridiculous because my lips were numb for most of the day, like how you are when you go to the dentist and they give you a shot. It was that type of numb. At one point in time, my tongue went numb, and then when the doctor came to check on me, she listened to my lungs and had to give me a steroid for my lungs to make my lungs work properly because I started having respiratory issues. So because of that, I really have to be vigilant now, more so than ever, because I really don't want to have to stick myself with an EpiPen. So that's what's going to be going on there. I'm also still waiting to hear back from the insurance company if they are approving me to be hospitalized before my next swallow test. So that's something that I'm a little anxious about as well. And then at some point in time within the next few months, I also have another gastrointestinal appointment for just the lower part of my gut, and my throat and everything's going to be handled when I do the swallow test. So hopefully everything works out. I don't know. So that's where I'm at currently this week. And hopefully I'll have good news that I can vlog about later. I will probably vlog when I get the EpiPen, because a lot of people do not understand how to use an EpiPen unless they've, you know, actually had one. So it's kind of difficult to explain to somebody else that, oh yeah, I have to stab myself in the thigh with a needle to stop from, you know, dying. So a lot of people don't understand the fear in it, and a lot of people don't understand that, you know, there's a lot that goes into using an EpiPen. So hopefully I'll be able to have that videoed and be able to show you. They might be giving me a practice pen to test with. I don't know if they still do that because of insurance issues. So hopefully they do. If they don't, then, you know, I will definitely have to double check what's going on and see what type of EpiPen I have. I am outside at the bus stop right now after seeing my doctor. My doctor did send over the script for the EpiPen, we just haven't gotten it yet. And on top of that, she wants me to see an allergy specialist. So I have a referral now to see an allergy specialist, and I need to make calls through my insurance company to then find a doctor that will do this. So yay for me, I have phone calls to make today. So it's going to be a tiring day because I have to deal with all of the different stuff with finding a doctor, finding a location I can get to, on top of finding out whether they deal with my insurance, and to see if they know about Ehlers-danlos syndrome and know how to deal with it. The other thing that was interesting today is that I found out, oh, here comes the bus, hold on. The other interesting thing I found out today was that Ehlers-danlos in the computer system up here, because they are so not knowledgeable about it, is actually listed as a disease rather than a syndrome. So with it being classified that way, it's a little bit harder to try and get people to communicate with each other when talking about the same illness, because one has it listed as a disease and somebody else has it listed appropriately as a syndrome. So hopefully things will get through, but alright. Today is the day after my doctor's appointment. I did finally get my EpiPen. I actually have 2 of them, and I have a training pen. So like I said before, I was going to actually do a video on these. So basically, first things first, it has a hard case, and then it has a blue stopper right here. Before I continue with explaining this, I must say that I am not a medical practitioner, nor am I in the medical field. And if you have questions about things such as EpiPens and other prescription drugs, please contact your doctor. Okay, so here's the training pen. It's gray, and the actual pen is yellow. So I'm going to put this one away while I show you with the training pen, because I can actually demo with this. Okay, so here is the orange area. This is where the needle is. It's inside, and then this will pop out. So what you do is you read the directions that are actually on the tube itself. It has different steps, like step 1, step 2, and step 3 all the way down here. Please remember, if you do have one of these, you will be given a training pen most likely in a lot of the kits. But if you have any questions, again, talk to a medical doctor about what's going on. Okay? And this one has the training pen, again, in big bold letters. It says no medicine, no needles, and it's a trainer. So, alright. So, with an EpiPen, you take off the blue top. That's the stopper. That allows the medicine to go in. You cannot take off the blue stopper off of a regular EpiPen and not use it and expect it to still be good. There is 3 different forms that came with the EpiPens for my reading, which consisted of not only the chemical composition of what is epinephrine, but also how to use this and what not to do with it. So, in an emergency, you remove the blue cap, the needle is set in here, and then you take it and you put your arm down at your side, okay? Then you see the meat part of your leg, and you push it in. Then you hold for 3 seconds, and then you remove it. As you can see, the orange part is out. What this means is that the needle is in here. It is nowhere near this long, okay, because this is obviously a long spot, but it's shielding the needle so that nobody can get hurt by having this just sat on the ground next to the person. After giving an injection, you're supposed to rub and massage the spot, because you basically stuck medicine in the meat of your leg, and it will go into your system much quicker if you massage it. The other thing that is said on the EpiPen itself and others is that this medicine, when used, you must call an ambulance or emergency care workers. And the reason is because if epinephrine is not needed and somebody injects it, they can end up being severely sick or ill. So this is the actual EpiPen, and it has these nice little sections here that are grooved off because the two of them actually hook together for packaging and stuff. So this has the nice little top, and it pours out. And then it has right there, it shows you where the needle end is. So that means anything in the orange area here is what has to actually touch the leg. There's a little hole there where the needle comes out, and you don't mess with it. Now this little window here, you can actually see through to the other side. It's nice and clear. That is actually there for people to look at and see if the medication needs to be replaced. Another big thing that was actually on the information pack that came with this is to not refrigerate and not freeze this medication. So it is not like insulin where it needs to be chilled. It is a medication that is basically shelf stable, and it has an expiration date on it too, right here in black. You can't really see it. There we go. It has the expiration date of May 2018, and then it even gives a lot number so that you know what lot it came out of that was being made. So this actually is going to be put in my bag for me to carry with me at all times, and then I also have my second one held in with my medical record bag so that we know where that is as well, so that both ways I'm completely covered no matter what with having this. Having a food allergy or an allergy to medications and things like that is nothing to basically ignore or put to the side, because I found out, as it was known last week, I found out the hard way by being hospitalized with my tongue and lips being numb after eating something that was merely processed in a factory that had these other things that I'm allergic to in it. So having allergies is a big deal. Always make sure you talk to your medical professional and all that stuff. So now on to what I did today as my EDS update. So I actually had to find an allergy specialist. So needless to say, my insurance company gave me names of doctors within a 20-mile radius, and the closest one that actually took my insurance, that my insurance company recommended, was over an hour away car ride and over 3.5 hours by bus or more. So needless to say, I'm not going to that one. So I called Penn University. The first allergist I got connected to refused to take the insurance. The second allergist did, and I also made sure that they knew that I had Ehlers-danlos syndrome, which they originally were like, well, what does that have to do with allergies? Well, in all honesty, the reaction of the body is to swell, and that's moving connective tissue. So when that connective tissue gets in trouble because of an allergy and overreacts and swells, there could be even more problem, because with my body being so elastic, the stretching can be far worse for me than a normal person who doesn't have Ehlers-danlos, because of the amount that my skin's able to stretch will actually put extra pressure onto my throat and could collapse my voice box and other things, make it impossible for them to put a tube in my throat because of the amount of pressure from the huge amount of swelling. The other thing is that one reaction to allergies that I do have to stuff that's minor is the fact that my intestines swell. And when that happens, it becomes a gastrointestinal issue. So not only do I need to worry about my throat closing, I need to worry about my gastrointestinal issues. And then on top of that, with me having a form of asthma, which we're not sure if it's just regular asthma completely, like they said last year, before I got diagnosed with Ehlers-danlos, or if I have exercise-related asthma, which means I only have an asthma attack when I exert myself too much. So needless to say, I got a lot of stuff with that as well. So it's going to be one of those times where it's going to be like you understand how every part of your body is connected to the next part and how all of those pieces of the puzzle fit together. When there is the glue that holds those pieces together as connective tissue and it doesn't work well, you end up having a lot of problems. With the insurance company, I also tried to see if they had the ability to get me medical IDs. I don't know why it looks reversed in the camera, but I was actually looking at this stuff, and I talked to my insurance company, and unfortunately my insurance company does not cover for these, even though they are a life-saving tool. So unfortunately, even though I have medical insurance, again, I have to pay for that separately, kind of like with the EpiPens, how I had a huge copay because of the fact that EpiPens cost so much. So it is becoming a little more apparent about the divide between the cost of medications here versus the cost of medications other places. I did actually see a news reporter actually reporting about the EpiPens and how it is actually cheaper to go across the border to Canada to buy an EpiPen for under $100 versus being over here and paying, I think one of the lower ones I saw was around maybe $200. Unfortunately, the pharmacy that I go, it's a little bit higher when paying for cash with it. But I thankfully have medical insurance. But because I have state insurance, it becomes difficult to figure out what all can be done to help me. So that is my update for today. And today is actually Tuesday, so I'm kind of on the roll here with doing actually video updates this week, unlike last week when I was a little bit off because of the allergy attack and other stuff going on. So wish me luck, and I will let you guys know exactly what's going on. Oh, the allergy specialist that I'm actually seeing through Penn University, they actually had to schedule me out in August, the end of August. So end of August, beginning of September is when I'm going to have an allergy appointment. And today is April 24th. So with that being said, you can actually see how far out they have to schedule because of the big, huge need. So again, if you have allergies, please see a medical professional. Please get an appointment as soon as you can and do whatever you can. I not only carry an EpiPen with me, but I also carry a box of Benadryl. I did get the store brand because it's cheaper. So I do always have this with me, and I do have an EpiPen now that I have to carry with me. So there's a lot of things that people don't expect people with Ehlers-danlos to have to carry. And it seems like now when I go to the hospital, I'm going to be having my regular backpack, my lunch bag, and my medical binder in the laptop case, well, laptop bag, with my little hospital kit that has the deodorant, the hairbrush, the hair ties, my own coffee, and other things like that. So that's what's going on. All right. Have a good day, and I hope that this post will be informative to you and be able to help you in the time of need. Please remember that if you do have somebody who has an EpiPen, ask them about their trainer pen and get them to help you learn about it to be able to help them one day when they need it. So, thank you very much. Bye. So today I'm wearing the mask because my neighbors are mowing the lawn and they always kick up a lot of dirt. So I graduated from physical therapy today for my elbow, and I'm waiting to hear back from my family doctor tomorrow for them to write a referral for me to go back for the other stuff that I have to deal with the Ehlers-danlos. So hopefully at some point in time my back will be adjusted, but Right now, we're still working on the legs, and I have to go back and do that stuff so that I can strengthen up my legs so I don't have as many problems walking. And then next month, I also have a neurology appointment, so I'm super excited about it. Can't wait to get this stuff done, and can't wait to figure out all the different things that can hopefully be fixed by seeing a neurologist, because I had been bothering my family doctor for months after I got first diagnosed with Ehlers-danlos, and they refused to send me, saying that I didn't have anything that needed to be addressed with the neurologist, when in all actuality I do. And it just took my physical therapist saying something and a hand specialist saying something to get me in there. So that's going to be my plan. Going to be getting my hair fixed in a moment, but I didn't vlog the last 2 days because a friend of my husband's died, and we're dealing with that and many other things. So that is why I didn't vlog. I am pleased to say that my physical therapy will start again on Monday, and I will be able to start doing that again for my legs, because I graduated from my arm and now we're working on my legs. So that is what's going on with there. And yeah, I definitely need to fix my hair. My pigtail braids made my hair all bushy. So all right, bye.